Since the dawn of humanity, our ancestors have looked to the sky, chasing the warmth of the sun, worshipping the light that gave life to the world. But what if the sun they prayed to was not just a distant star? What if it was a memory of something, or someone, who once walked among them? Across continents, from Egypt's golden sands to the icy cliffs of the Andes, ancient hands carved colossal faces gazing east, waiting for the first light of dawn. They all faced the same direction. They all honored the same power. Why? Some of these statues were carved from basalt, harder than steel, yet polished to mirror perfection. No tool marks, no machines, just silence and impossible precision. Who were these builders really worshipping? Across time and oceans, every civilization spoke of one being, radiant, eternal, descending from the heavens. They called him Ra, Helios, Inti, Surya, the god of the sun. But were they all describing the same entity? Tonight, we follow the light to uncover the lost truth of the solar god. In Egypt, the god Ra soared across the heavens each day in his golden boat, eyes blazing with the fire of creation. His crown, a radiant sun disk, symbolized the eternal cycle of life and rebirth. To the ancient Egyptians, Ra was not a myth, but the very energy that sustained existence. Temples like Abu Simbel and Karnak were built to align precisely with his rising light. To the Greeks, Helios drove his blazing chariot across the sky, pulling the sun itself. His eyes witnessed every secret of mortals, and his golden crown shone brighter than fire. The lost Colossus of Rhodes, once towering 33 meters high, was his image, a symbol of divine power guiding the world. High in the Andes, the Inca worshipped Inti, the father-son, as the source of kingship and fertility. Each dawn, priests at Machu Picchu offered gold and fire to greet his return. They believed their rulers descended from Intis. In ancient India, Surya rode his golden chariot, drawn by 7 horses, symbols of light's 7 rays. His image still adorns temples from Konark to Tamil Nadu, where sunlight pierces sanctuaries on solstice mornings. Surya's worship united astronomy, mathematics, and spirituality, merging science with the sacred. In Japan, Amaterasu, the radiant goddess, brought light to the world after emerging from a cave of darkness. The emperor's lineage is said to descend from her, a divine bloodline of sunlight. Her mirror, the Yata no Kagami, symbolizes truth and reflection, the essence of the sun itself. From Egypt to Japan, Greece to Peru, the same figure reappears. Radiant, celestial, a bringer of life and wisdom. Separated by oceans, these civilizations never met, yet carved the same god of light. Coincidence? Or memory of one forgotten truth, that long before history, humanity once saw the sun not as a symbol, but as a being. Radiant blood, literal children of the sun. Across the world, the sun gods were carved into stone, not soft limestone, but basalt, granite, and andesite, materials so hard that even modern steel tools struggle to shape them. Yet thousands of years ago, ancient craftsmen created flawless symmetry, razor-straight lines, and mirror-polished surfaces, using tools we can't even find today. At Abu Simbel, the colossal statues of Ramses II rise 20 meters tall, carved directly into the mountain with millimeter precision. In Greece, the lost Colossus of Rhodes was assembled from massive bronze plates so perfectly balanced it could withstand earthquakes. And in Peru, the walls of Sacsayhuaman fit together like 3D puzzles. No mortar, no gaps, as if the stones had once been soft, molded like clay. How did they do it? Some scholars speak of fire and water techniques, heating the stone, then quenching it to fracture layers. Others suggest lost alloys, sonic tools, or ancient knowledge of vibration. None of these theories fully explain the perfection of their work. Even with laser cutters today, we struggle to replicate their precision. Perhaps the mystery is not only how they built, but why. Maybe these monuments were not mere temples, but messages, written in stone, meant to endure beyond ages. Each surface polished by ancient hands still reflects the same sunlight. As if whispering, we were not primitive, we understood the light. Across the ancient world, temples and monuments dedicated to the sun were not placed by chance. Every line, every angle, every doorway was designed to capture a single moment, when sunlight would pierce the darkness and bring the gods to life. At that moment, heaven and earth became one. From Egypt to Peru, light was not just illumination, it was communication. In Abu Simbel, twice a year, the sun's rays travel 60 meters through the temple's corridor to illuminate the faces of Ra and Ramses, leaving the god of darkness untouched. This precise alignment marks the birthdays and coronation days of the pharaoh, carved into eternity by sunlight itself. Far to the west, at Machu Picchu, the Temple of the Sun opens its window to greet the first light of the solstice. In Britain, the ancient builders of Bryn Celli Ddu aligned stone corridors so perfectly that sunlight enters only once each year, at sunrise on the summer solstice. Thousands of miles apart, the same idea appears. Again and again. The sun as a cosmic calendar. The temple as a celestial machine. These alignments reveal something profound in ancient science of light and time. To the ancients, observing the sun was more than astronomy. It was a sacred act, decoding the rhythm of the universe. Perhaps the sun gods were not distant myths but teachers, guiding humanity to build in harmony with the heavens. And as sunlight still crosses their stone temples today, it's as if those ancient architects are whispering across millennia. We built with the stars. We remembered the light. Every ancient civilization tells the same story. Beings of light descending from the heavens, radiant, winged, or wrapped in fire. They taught humankind to build, to farm, to look up at the stars. To the Sumerians, they were the Anunnaki. To the Egyptians, they were Ra's companions. To the Inca, they were children of Inti. And in Japan, Amaterasu sent her descendants to rule in her name. Different names, same message. They came from the light, and one day, they promised to return. How did primitive people suddenly learn to align temples with solstices? Carve granite harder than steel? Or calculate celestial cycles with near-modern accuracy? Perhaps, as legends say, knowledge came from the sky. Ancient carvings in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and South America show winged figures holding orbs of light, symbols of energy, or devices beyond our comprehension. Were these gods, travelers, explorers from another time, or another world, mistaken for deities by early humans? Even separated by oceans, every culture remembers a golden age. When the gods walked among men, temples around the world faced the same stars, built with the same mathematical principles, guided by the same reverence for the sun. Coincidence seems impossible. Perhaps these monuments were built not in worship, but in remembrance, to honor those who came before us, the forgotten visitors who lit humanity's path. When we stand before these silent statues, gazing at the same rising sun, perhaps we are not only remembering them, perhaps they are remembering us. Their message endures in stone and sunlight, a promise carved into eternity. We came from the light, and so did you. They stand in silence, carved in stone, gazing eternally toward the rising sun. From the deserts of Egypt to the cliffs of Easter Island, their eyes have watched 10,000 dawns. Wind has worn their faces. Time has buried their cities, yet still, they look east. Still, they wait. Perhaps these monuments were not built to glorify gods, but to remind us of something we once knew. That light is eternal, and knowledge never truly dies. Even as empires fall and names are forgotten, sunlight still travels the same path, crossing the same stones, at the same hour, every year. The message endures, the light returns, and so will we. Maybe the gods never left. Maybe they walk among us, in every act of creation, every spark of curiosity, every sunrise that awakens our wonder. When we look up and question the stars, we continue their legacy. For to seek the truth is to remember the light. So when the sun rises tomorrow, pause for a moment. Watch the light move through clouds, through stone, through you. It is the same light that once touched the faces of the gods. And somewhere, beyond the horizon, the eternal watchers gaze back, waiting for us to awaken.